Hello friends, so we are going to learn how to create a Spring Boot application, very basic application. So let's go to the IDE Eclipse, because in the last video we configured Spring Tool Suite STS in the Eclipse here. Now I'm going to create a project, Spring Boot project. So what I have to do is go to File, New, and then last option Other. Click on Others and start typing Spring. So here you see a couple of options: import, Spring Getting Started Content, or Spring Starter Project. So there are few other ways to create a Spring project, but for now we'll focus on this approach. We'll talk about the next approach in the next video. So I'm just going to pick this option, Spring Starter Project. Go next. Service URL, HTTPS Spring.io. Application name is demo. Group, artifact ID. This whatever name you will mention, right, that will be your artifact ID. These snapshot will be as it is, no change required. Description, your package. Okay. Now like it's gonna be a Maven project and I will be using Java 8. Okay. Let's go and click next. Now here, so this window is just to select the dependencies. For example, like you're creating a Spring project and there could be different dependencies which you may need. Like for example, I just want to create a web project, Spring Web, right? So I can pick theme leaf to design a UI, and these are the dependencies that is required to create a Spring Web project, a Spring Boot web project. Or for example, say you want to include Tomcat dependencies. So it comes by default actually. WebSocket or some security. Okay. So basically the point is, here you can find out different libraries, jars required to support your application. Right? Or either you can directly go here and then select whatever you want. So for now, it's like if you are using a messaging application, then you can make use of RabbitMQ, Apache ActiveMQ, this one, different version, right? So depending on your requirement, you can go and pick the dependency from here. So for now, we are going to create a web project. So I'll just type web and I'm going to pick a Spring Web dependency, this one. Okay, so one is good enough for me for now. Let's go next. No change, as it is, and finish. So if you see currently here, it is downloading the jar files for my project. I think it's done. Let me expand my project, and if I go and see here Maven dependencies, then you will see like you got all your dependency here to support your Spring Web application, Spring Boot Starter Web, Starter Spring Boot, auto configuration, logging, logback, log4j, and JUnit dependencies. Okay, so basically now you have all your dependency here. And if you see this project, let me expand this one for you guys. So here you will put all your code, like we have a class demo application.java. So you will put all your classes, all your project files inside this one, this package. Okay, and all your resource files, like your static, like your JS file, your CSS file, will go inside this one. You can put your web pages here, like templates here, and this is like one of the very important file, application.properties file, where you can put. Currently, if I open this one, there won't be like there's no entry, nothing is there. It's a blank file. But we'll learn. I'll explain like how to make use of this application.properties in the coming videos, or maybe by end of this video somewhere. And these test is to test the application, but for now we won't be using it. Maven dependencies. Okay, and yeah, this is the very important file, pom.xml. So basically it's your configuration file, or this file has all your dependencies. So if I go here, properties, I can see Java version, I'm using 1.8, and the dependencies are like starter web, because that is what we selected while creating the project. Spring Boot, test, just to test the application. Exclusion is just like if you want to exclude some sort of dependencies, then you should use this exclusion. So we'll learn this one also in the coming videos. And Spring Boot Maven plugin, that's it. So this file is really very important, and the good part of Spring Boot is like in case what I didn't add anything manually, like no jars, right? So this pom.xml file, so whatever dependencies you put in this file will be added into your pom.xml file. Like you add your dependencies here, and then what you do, just go right click the project and go to the Maven and click on update project. When you click on update, it will download all your dependencies, whatever you mentioned here. So all the libraries it will download and put inside this folder, Maven dependencies. Okay, so this is what we have learned. Now I'm going to see this file, demo application. So this demo application, right, there is an annotation called Spring Boot application. So it means this is my main class, and this class is responsible for everything. When I say everything, so this class is responsible to create and to make your application ready to use. So this is the main class, and it does everything whatever is required by the Spring framework to make an application up and running. Okay, if I run this main class, so let's see, run as, and then I can click on Spring Boot app. Okay, now it's running. Let me just open the console. So you see the Spring Boot, we are using version 2.2.2, which is the latest version of Spring Boot. And here you see, so my application, right, this application has been started. And if you see one more thing, this is Spring framework, right, Spring Boot, it comes with by default Tomcat server, and Tomcat is running on port number 8080. So this is the good part of Spring Boot. But in case if you are not happy with Tomcat and if you do not want to use Tomcat, we can exclude this Tomcat, and then we can deploy application on any other web server, maybe like JBoss EAP 7.2 or higher, or maybe WebSphere 9 or whatever version you want. So that we'll learn in the coming videos, how to exclude this Tomcat server and deploy the application on any other external web server. Okay, so guys, that's about this Spring demo project. We are good here. How? Now we are sure that our application is working fine, because I can see this one here. Tomcat is also working fine. So our configuration of Spring STS plugin is working perfectly fine without any issues. Okay. Now I'll extend this video. I'm going to create one more video after this one, and then I will create a controller class just to see how can I access my application on the browser. So that we'll see in the next video. Thank you for watching. So friends, let's continue with the same project. I will just create a REST controller, and then we'll see the result on the browser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create REST controller, demo controller. So just like a normal Java class. Now I will use annotation REST controller. So sorry. Spring Boot basically makes use of controller to expose the data. So I will be creating a new method here, say for example public string. I'm just creating a method, say hello, just to print something on the browser, hello world. So my first Spring Boot application. So this is what I would like to see on the browser. Okay, but before that we have to mention the request mapping. request, and I have to put here mapping and the text. So for example, I'll say it hello. Okay, so now we need to import request mapping is part of org Spring Framework web.bind annotation, this annotation. Now I have things ready. I'll save this one. I'm just going to run my project as run as Spring Boot application. So okay, so all good. I don't see any error here. Now what I'm going to do is, one second please. So my Tomcat is running on port number 8080, so I'll just go and type localhost colon 8080, and the mapping was here, hello. Okay, so slash hello. So if I use, like I'm using localhost 8080 and I'm typing hello as a request mapping parameter, so this will go and hit my controller class. So if you see here, okay, hello world, my first Spring Boot application, you can see here, hello world, my first Spring Boot application. So whatever we have mentioned here, right, is printing on the screen. So this is our very first project, very first Spring Boot application, and we'll learn more things in the coming videos. So that's it for this video guys. You can try it out yourself, and if you have any issues, just let me know in the comment section. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.